changing seasons, it's not what it seems. We choke on reasons cause we're drowning in dreams. We took the pictures, we shot every scene. We wrote the script but we don't know what it means. Save yourself from the lurking wonder. Just mute the sound of the crashing thunder and make your peace with the hand you're dealt. We light the fire just to let it melt. We lost our control now. Things won't be the same again. Where will we go now? It's time to come back. It's time to come back. You're chasing scapegoats, has it all gone to plan? Your words are floating, so I care where you stand. You
Yo, welcome guys to this IZA HT show match. I'm joined with Simon, and yeah, I'm actually excited to see what happens because it seems like one team is more washed than the other. So, but yeah, we'll see.
See what happens.
Yeah, I think IZA wasn't too prepared, but sometimes we were unexpected in that way. So yeah, but I believe in IZA. They can do it, but also on HT they have some strong players as well. So I'm looking forward to this matchup. But yeah, so we're gonna go right into it. So on Lijiang.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
I'm sure this was Snow's pick, but I'd be surprised if it wasn't.
Initiating match.
So Simon, what's your predictions? So, your 4 match predictions on who is gonna win the show match.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a hard one. It's like both teams are like this can go either way. Like both teams
Yeah.
have both teams are really good.
True. Potentially one of them is more washed than the other, but
Yeah.
that doesn't matter, I don't think, in this case. But I'm interested to see what comps they play, though.
We're seeing a brawl from both sides.
It'll be a caster
Mirror
debate.
matchup.
But we'll see.
5, 4,
So they are running
2,
the brawl.
1.
Yeah.
Round 1.
Yeah, they're gonna be ping with the synth respawn.
See which Junkrat gets the most value here.
Snow already.
Yeah, and Snow gets taken down.
Oh, gets a big fall. Yeah. He's
Yeah,
tearing
I
through.
think that was just IZA raw there. They had more pace, they gained control, and they pushed HT back to where they were uncomfortable. It's a good play from IZA. They want to be careful though, because they are forcing out cooldowns.
Window coming out already. Hurricane's just gonna kite back.
Yeah.
Deep to the back. Fire coming out. Gets no one.
Pulling out a lot of ults there. Both sides are, so...
We're getting a pick onto the back today. Could be dangerous for IZA.
Yeah, I'm surprised HT hasn't pushed him yet aggressively, but now they are, so picking down Reflect. That's the brawl pace that's gone out for IZA. Finn does get the 1v1 though, but it does fall to Murloc. And Finn does get another one with his trap. Yeah, IZA committing this. They are committing this. They take down Snow. And then it does seem like they win the fight.
They were down 2 healers, and somehow they still hold it.
Yeah, I think... honestly, that was a good effort from IZA. They used their ults tactically. They didn't use it all at once. And they kind of backed off, gave it a bit of space. And HD didn't push aggressively. And that was the effect of that. They couldn't push through.
He's forcing it back. He's just gonna use a lot of ults though.
So IZA is using basically everything. Darius does get taken down again, but Finn does get double kill with the tire, which surely should shut down the fight. Was he getting taken down?
IZA, potentially. Snow's just gonna get rolled.
Potential MTD. Not sure though.
That's a...
That is a roll.
that's a roll and a half.
I think IZA used the brawl pace to their advantage. They pushed better and faster, and they didn't give Hurricane the space that they needed. And Hurricane didn't take advantage of their speed when they should have. It'd be interesting to see what Hurricane play on this map, because they've always had an Orisa sometimes, so we'll see.
Yeah. Seems like both teams are gonna go with a mirror matchup.
4,
With Brawl and a Doomfist.
1. Round. Capture the objective.
Let's see. Both keys going into the high ground.
Yeah, let's see which one wins the battle point.
Oh, he gets retake though.
Gets taken out.
Taken out himself. Oh.
Oh no, I get the boo from Finn.
Hurricane just going.
Yeah, I think it's about getting their value with the Doomfist here, because they both want to play the Doomfist. Ol just got that first pick on the Lucio, which kind of eliminates all their pace, and IZA couldn't really do much about it.
He's switched to Echo here. Echo 3. That could potentially roll there in the Doom though.
Yeah, they have to be careful,
Well, gets picked
especially
off.
from the projectile damage.
Big shot. Oh, he gets
Snow gets taken down though, and that's the main tank gone. And Shix gets the counter shatter, getting way more value than Snow.
Hurricane
Doesn't
still
finish
holding
up.
point though.
They want to be careful of the window, and they don't really have a solid attack, but they're kind of pushing in now, slowly.
Bomb comes in, gets no value. We're like slow, gets picked off. No way to counter it. There should be a fight win for this one. Well, still contesting though.
Yeah, very scrappy fight, I would say. But that was just about holding it for HT. I'm sure they used a few ults, but they probably gained back some of that ult percentage during that long fight.
Well, we're just gonna be switching to the Credo.
I'm interested in to see who Buckethead will duplicate. See how much value he'll get from it.
Shooting to the
Once he did the
right.
Ryan, yeah.
Swinging in the back line.
If the shatter will be good. No, it doesn't catch anyone.
Anyone. Yes.
HD are coming back though. They remeked and killed Chicks, and Finn is down. Both divas just fighting on a point, but Estaki has more backup in this case.
Oh, Ollie's gonna pick up the map though. Skill kill through the...
Not getting two.
Still...
Trying to hope to get back the point, but he couldn't do it single-handedly.
Yeah.
And HD only have a window here, so what will they do using our noon now? Want to push back IZA into an uncomfortable position. And they do, and force out the lamp from 6.
This gets picked off. Oh,
Oh,
pause.
pause. Well, I was gonna say maybe IZA would win this fight, but one of their players has DC'd, so... They do still have that Creole available, and both their sports are coming up, so we'll see.
Yeah. Ollie and Snow are very low though. That could
Mm.
potentially win the fight for IZA. Possibly the map win.
I think it's been pretty surprising actually from IZA. The pace of their brawl, I feel like, is much stronger than Hurricane's, and that's put a
Yeah.
lot of pressure on Snow, and Snow hasn't been performing as well as I've seen him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that pressure also has been affecting the DPS as well. Ol not finding as much value as he could, and Merc trying to switch to McCree to kind of counter that pace and try and punish that Ryan. But it could potentially be too late. If IZA win this fight, they probably would win the game, but we'll see.
I feel like IZA is gonna win this one. They have 2 supportals coming up and the Shatter.
Yeah, it looks like
They already
that.
have the Creoles. Well, yeah. All the enemies just have window. I mean, the window could just like kind of win them this fight though.
It could, depending how fast IZA shuts down on these weak targets. If they shut down really quickly on Snow, that could just be the end of the fight. But if they don't shut down on me quickly, then HD could come back in the fight. So it depends on their focus fire, really.
Yeah.
So Simon, have you been surprised yet by IZA's performance, or do you not? Do you not
I
think
think I've been
it's
actually surprised by the first map, how hard IZA has rolled Hurricane.
Yeah,
Like,
it could potentially be one of the teammates shouting call outs, but I don't know. They seem really strong, so
like Hurricane has definitely gone back into the game after that one.
yeah, they're gonna have to be rethinking their way around IZA's brawl here, because I don't think they're beating their brawl better. Their brawl isn't just better than theirs, so they have to find another way to get around their brawl for future maps. So Buckethead DC'd, which is a classic. So we're probably going to be waiting for more time. And it's probably not his first DC either, so
Yeah.
I guess that's the only negative for IZA at the moment. We'll see how long he gets back in the game, but
think it's back.
Yeah, I think he is.
They should be ready in a second.
We'll just have to see how Murloc uses this window, because this could play.
Window comes out. A big shatter.
Oh, big shatter.
Gets picked off. Yeah, four
That's just clean up for IZA.
Yeah. That's just gonna get the
Was he
ball.
trying to desperately get on point? But that's not enough.
Oh, and that's
Wow.
a map win for IZA.
Victory.
That is pretty confident from IZA. They're looking pretty confident. Yeah. In all aspects of it, I think they're looking like the better team, but I'm calling it too soon, perhaps. So it's only just Brawl we've seen, so we have to wait and see other comps.
Yeah.
That's what they want to play.
IZA seems to really have the hang of Brawl. We'll
Yeah,
have to
definitely.
see. We'll have
You
to see
can't
how-
really just hang back with Brawl. You got to do fights in short bursts, and you've got to shut down targets that are weak. And I feel like IZA took the advantage of that, and HT couldn't really find the way to do that. So I think that's where it kind of went wrong for HT. But as I said before, we have to see, because different maps are coming. So
Yep. We are going for the next map.
yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Interesting to see if they want to force any comps. If IZA want to force any comps onto HT, like Brawl, or whether they are going to play something different. I'm pretty sure IZA's comfort pick is Brawl, but I might be mistaken. But I do not know what HT's comfort pick is. So. We got McCree bot there for IZA. I don't know what that's doing.
Alright. Hurricane's asking for a 5-minute break. Alright.
Okay, guys, so we're going on a 3-minute break, and we'll be back soon.
I've swallowed all my pride. I've let the dice decide. Crossed and redrawn the line at least 1,000 times. But when you speak to me, I can feel the remedy. Fall into a one-heart
Okay, so we're back. Round two for these rivals. We see what they're gonna pick out for comps here. Oh,
We're back into the lobby.
I'm back in. This is actual too easy prod.
Yeah, Hurricane
Um,
is gonna be swapping out Ollie for Killua.
tactical swap, potentially.
Yes.
I feel like they want to play a different comp there because of that swap, but I might be wrong. Um, we'll see though, because it could potentially be a brawl heavy map if IZA want to choose that to be that way.
Yes. Definitely. Like, it's gonna go either brawl or double shield, depending on
Double
what
shield.
they wanna. Yeah.
IZA, I think IZA's comfort pick is brawl, but they could. We don't know yet if they want to play double shield. Um, I have not seen Estaki or Chicxulub's Orisa in a long time, so that could be an interesting comp to see. But we're still in
Hurricane
lobby.
is gonna swap in Murloc instead of Snow.
Okay, so
That could be
that calls
interesting.
for a tank change, I think.
Yeah.
Um, they
I
probably
don't
don't want to
remember
run
what
the
he
brawl.
made.
And I think IZA are going to expect this right off the bat. They know that if Snow's not going to be in there, it's probably going to be a tank change.
Yeah. I think we can
Welcome to
expect
the outdoor.
a double shield setup
Initiating match.
from Hurricane here. So I
And that would be
remember.
interesting. I mean, it wouldn't really be interesting, but like, it'd be interesting to see a different comp.
Yeah.
The
Let's see.
majority of people hate double shield, but
Ready for
it could be forced out by IZA or HT, either way.
You can see an interesting comp from both teams here. Double bubble from IZA. Actually, never mind. That's dive.
attackers incoming.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Dive with Farm Mercy against Poke. Interesting. Poke with ball.
Yeah, I
Chaser.
would. Murloc Ball isn't surprising here. This isn't surprising at all from HT. They want to try and kind of have this Tracer and Ball together.
3, 2, 1. Escort.
Rex just trying to get the damage in far.
Yeah, so we'll see how Bucket will
Rocket's
play
gonna go
here.
Nice.
Against the damage boosted Dash, will be really difficult to get
Yeah.
value, but
Really has to
he
play
closed the
the-
distances, and yeah, will be good.
Rex just chops up the high ground.
Stick's dropping really lower. Stick has got to watch out for those dives from Killua and Murloc.
Rockets gets
Oh,
picked up.
Bucket gets dropped.
Killua.
They've lost their
Thanks,
projectile.
just half HP. You don't get punished for
Majority
it,
of
though.
HT is dropping low, and I would think they would back off, but
Killua though.
Killua's down. They do
Nano
Nano
comes in,
Winston.
trying to get the Sigma though.
They want to create
Gets
space
it,
for their team, and they do by killing the Sigma. They got to watch out for this Ash pocket, but they do take down Mercy. Jigsaw just allowing that kind of space to be created with the Nano and pressuring that pocket. He's doing a great job at the moment. Ooh.
Oh, I'm getting the pick onto Killua now. Very nice. Murloc's half. Oh, bomb coming in. What's that? Oh, gets two. Shink's getting Zen.
They do invest Valkyrie and Bob. For what reason I don't know, because it's looking like IZA is going to win this, clearly.
Yeah. Alright, next fight, you could potentially see a nano visor from IZA. If he gets picked off by Merc.
I think reflex switch here is really essential to protect Sicarius from that ball and... Oh wait, they switched off Tracer now, so that is going to be pretty devastating for the backline pick. So trying to get some value on the high ground, but isn't really with his Winston. They're sort of separated. Wants to use mines to split them off, and Bucket gets two, just single-handedly killing the DPS by himself. Shixie does drop, but the majority of HP are dead at the moment, and they have to back off at the moment. Was he getting demexed? They want to use two ults here with two people. Looking like a bit of a flex.
What gets picked up
Oh
by
my.
Livingstone gets who? Betting the enemy DPS.
Yeah, seems like HD just keep coming into the fight. They trickle in one by one, but they gain no value in that.
Yeah.
So they do get taken down.
IZA's just gonna get the point here. They're coming up with the nano for the next fight.
I think Sick has played a really important part to this. He's got great survivability, and if he just keeps building nano, then they can keep Nano Monkey, and that just keeps creating space for their team. And now they do it right now, so
Angry Monkey.
they want to use a lot of ults here. They can use Copy as well, double Monkey. Reflect does rally just to reinforce everyone's HP. And there's the counter rally as well. That's pretty huge, both on their tanks, but they don't really follow up at all.
Yeah, they don't get any value from it though. Oh, bomb coming in.
Nesta launches the bomb,
Gets no
potentially
value.
get some mech there, but
Oh yeah, he gets mech.
Murloc trying to find some value, very low HP, but does get cleared up. He does get nano. This could determine the fight, but they're getting too much healing. Bucket trying to get a pick in the back line, but gets denied by Livingston. Livingston's getting some real value on the Ana here. Both Ana's getting a lot of value. Both their nades have been pretty significant in that fight. So we'll have to see how this plays out. Reflect gets out of position and he does feed there. They're forced to kind of leave the choke, but do you want to kind of not let them get through? So IZA have come to a standstill here. They need to get through. Bucket is trying to look for the off angle, but now they're affording odds. Merc goes down by Bucket. They're being split off from their whole team by Jitsu.
This is gonna be a fight win for Hurricane.
It was a bit of a, yeah, I thought it was going IZA's way. With the amount of ults they used, I thought it would be their fight, but apparently not.
Yeah.
Killer trying to solo ult Finn does get him in the end, but I'm not sure the value of that ult was necessary. It did stagger him though, so that's pretty huge.
Yeah. Hurricane will put the Diva bomb and Nana for the next one though. Could potentially stack by
Oh, Killer trying to look for a rollout. Trying to pick someone off just before the fight begins. But he does get completely melted.
He's invested.
They're just piling in ult kid. No one's probably found a pick. SPT does drop mech, but Bucket popped Primal in Echo form, but does he get any value? I do not think so. It's just too much healing for IZA to kind of pick anyone quick enough. They do get free space though, but
Hurricane just trying to...
now the Nano in, coming in with Jixu, they want to get that value off.
It's picked off. Reflect. Falls too. The rally coming in from Hurricane. That's a fight win for Hurricane.
Yeah, IZA's not getting enough value. They need to focus fire. They're not getting those focus down targets killed fast enough. They're using their ults quite irregularly. Their ult economies everywhere.
Gets Murloc though. Chinks in the back line. Going bonk mode.
Bucket takes Killua. Not sure what Killua's doing in there, but
This gets picked off. Gets no one. Bucket gets two.
this could be a big high noon. No, it gets no one. Trying to stagger, although it's over time, potentially winning a fight, but they come in one by one. Looks like IZA will just slowly clean up.
Still fighting back. This.
Oh, Mug gets stunned quickly there and gets completely rolled by Reflect. Looked a bit dodgy, that attack, but they did get the last point in the end in overtime.
Sides. Initiating match.
Alright.
We'll
next-
see
Yep.
HT's attack. It's interesting to see what they'll run. They'll probably run the same comp, I'm guessing, but it did not work out on the first 2 points that well. And so they did want to mirror that. But potentially IZA will just stick with the same comp that they're comfortable with.
Ready for battle.
We can see the Winston Diva from both teams here. This could be a mirror matchup. We'll have to see.
I think they just want to kind of put their DPS on comfortable roles that they know completely. Like Buckethead knows how to play Echo, and we do get a pause here. But yeah, I honestly, Simon, I don't know why HT couldn't get through, or IZA couldn't get through that quickly.
Yeah.
And
Actually, they
Buckethead
didn't,
does
like-
DC.
Oh yeah. They may have not focused the same targets too much. That could be a fault.
Yeah, with dive you have a very short time to kind of focus down targets. If you
Yeah.
you don't get maximum value out of dive. I think that's what was happening there on the attack. But HT will have to do the same on attack, so we'll see who's the better Winston Diva on this map.
Yeah. Like, interesting to see Livingstone just have pop-off moments here and there.
Yeah, I think that's what makes a really good Ana player, is just getting those moments where you just kind of get max value out of any ability. That's what makes it an incredible support player. That's what kind of made IZA kind of slower at the end there. They didn't focus Livingston too much, and that gave him too much space to throw in nades to get important sleeps. But we'll see how he plays on attack, because it's a completely different situation. He'll be the one that will be getting dived on. So
Yeah.
we'll see how his positioning plays out.
Not gonna lie, I was kind of expecting a double shield from one of the teams here. Like,
Yeah,
guess we'll see the dive though from both of them.
yeah, it's interesting. I've always known Chiksu to kind of be preferred on the Rhine, but apparently he's changed his mind. But
Yeah.
I think I don't know, they just wanted to do it. I guess they wanted to try it out. Double shield, yeah, it's not so interesting for those teams, in my opinion. But some teams are better at double shield than others. So bucket failing IZA again. I was hoping he wouldn't DC, and I would vouch for him, but he keeps DCing. Um, but yeah, this
Guys
is
are going
looking
to get
IZA's
needled.
way. I think uh, HT. I'm not sure their attack will be as strong, but we have to see because some players like Livingston can pop off in certain moments, which will help them get through those first, second, and third points. But Simon, who do you think will win overall? Now you're looking back at the first map.
Uh, like IZA is kind of like it's been tearing through on the brawl, but like here
Mm,
it's Hurricane has been playing defense really well for now. It's like oh
true.
like I feel like this could go like to like this is mostly a 50-50, I'd say. Like potentially a backfire from Hurricane could get the win there.
True. We do see those moments where HT, where Killua can pop off. I have seen those before, and they are deadly. Um, and Merc as well, although he may be washed. But we'll have to see on this attack. It is looking pretty 50-50 at the moment,
Yeah.
which will kind of make IZA's confidence a bit lower. But yeah, they can't be scared to keep going with that dive comp because it did work most of the time on attack. So Bucket's still out of the game. Unfortunate for IZA because he is one of those star players on the team.
Yeah, definitely. He's been getting consistent value as well as some pop-up moments here and there. Like he's definitely a very nice player to have on your team.
As Finn or Joe Mama in this case, as well, very underrated. I feel like
Oh yeah,
it's really been kind of popping off and getting value and getting angles where to make HT's DPS have a more difficult time. So yeah, both DPS really important.
Bucket's back. Alright. Let's see.
Bucket's back, so gets on the Echo immediately. His comfort pick. Ooh,
A Doom
that
from
would be
Killua.
interesting. Doesn't wanted to go hog Arissa, but that is not the case.
One.
Let's see. What's the plan? What's the plan that Hurricane got?
They want to wait. I think they want to wait for Killua to get that pick in the back line. He is going to go all the way around, try and find something.
Just gonna go into their the team's back and just try to protect healers from
Yeah,
them.
Esther's going to be a key
Where did
player.
get
Muck just gets bucket right off the bat, and that's going to help Killua. Just
Jinx gets picked off too.
Killua can just shred the back line. Wuzzy just goes in.
Sports.
Supports had no peel because two of their teammates were dead.
Yeah. Yep. Mercury just on a shooter range.
Yeah,
Doesn't
it's
get
too
the
easy
full
for him.
body
He
shot.
literally just shot bucket out of the sky. It's that easy for him.
Yeah.
He can't get away with doing that.
Oh, he's like on a touch.
He's already got Tide Fight, but he's just gonna pop it right there. Just to zone them back. Esther just trying to stall. He can't focus on DMing him. And he does pop out mech. That was shockingly fast for HT. Merc is getting a lot of value on Soldier, just denying Bucket from doing anything. Bucket's only on 80% ult charge, so Merc has already used his first attack visor, so we can see that like value, like the comparison between their value.
You are just looking for a nice spot to actually get a kill.
Yeah, that he looks deadly with that. They just focus down Hog.
Oh, gets picked off. D.Va comes in. Gets two.
Oh, that's big. That is gonna close off the fight, HT. Chixie just already popped, or their Bucket's Echo already popped his ult before, but wants to retreat back.
Yeah, IZA just has to fall back here. They're just
Interesting Hog switch. They do want to play around it though with the Sigma. They want to just CC everything on HT. Ooh, that's a pretty huge shutdown on their Winston. He would have created a lot of space with that mana.
Gets punished for a flag,
that
though.
was a risky play. That was risky. Does go for it.
Was it may go for a remake here? Potentially.
Yeah, it's a scrappy fight still. Bucket gets a dink on Killer, just kills him right off the bat.
Oh, gets the.
Oh, tries to C9, not successful. That's an interesting switch onto the spam. They did see that their dive wasn't working. They weren't getting value at all. Bucket was getting denied on Echo. Ooh, the switch to the Zarya was interesting. How long will it take for those grabs to build, and how much value will you get out of his bubbles will be interesting. Because this spam comp can be deadly.
We're looking for like ult potentially.
Oh, another dink from
Gets
Bucket.
picked off,
What
though.
is it?
Some dice through.
Great ult from Esther, does get picked. Merc just rolls Bucket with headshot. They don't have their...
They have the win.
Esther's down. That is a huge time to go in against IZA, but they're too slow at the moment.
Nana comes on to.
Pixu gets nanoed. That's a big flash onto the main deck. Oh, he gets dead-eyed. Merc wants to pop tag visor just because he wants to. And he does take two down.
Perhaps a bit much many.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Merc. Sorry. Reflects. Interesting.
For the tactical reset.
Yeah, tactical reset.
Is that coming here with?
Oh, okay, so they do come with the double shield. This is interesting.
I really want to see how this turns out.
Oh, that's a big anti on Finn. I've always thought Sicarius to be really incredible on Ana, but I've not seen his bat recently. So. Finn wants to pop the noon just to zone them. Gets slept! Oh my god. Livingston getting so much value on the Ana. Arguably more value than Sicarius has.
They just get the point here. Easily.
That is devastating for IZA.
Gonna see round 2 of this.
3. Switching sides.
They need to stick onto a comp they're comfortable with, but they just didn't find that.
Yeah.
They were switching between... They switched through 3 different comps in that. They need enough time to build ults. They cannot keep switching. Maybe it was a bit of trolling from Esther on the Hog, but...
Perhaps. Just perhaps. Yeah. Are we gonna see the same comp? Oh, Hurricane gonna go with the right Orisa?
Interesting. It was a HT classic though, so
This can work. I've seen
yeah.
them play this.
Attackers
Like this can
incoming in 30
just
seconds.
turn the game into their favor.
Ooh, this is interesting if they go for this type of Diva Winston comp.
Oh, they're going for the spawn camp here.
Ooh. It's gotta work first time, otherwise I feel like IZA will get too much confidence and keep on rolling.
One.
Yeah.
Attackers incoming.
Let's see how it plans out. HT. Ooh, Bucky gets stunned, forced to Wraith immediately. It's all about 6 ult here. He needs to get his coalescence. Reflex! Just boot Wazzy off, I think. Oh my god, already a shatter from Murloc. Gets Chixu, gets Esther. It's a beast, this guy.
That's what's in the fight. Reflex trying to
Reflex, just jumping around.
survive.
Gotta be careful there. Yellow gets outplaced and he does get taken down by Esther. But there's a counter pick onto Finn. In the background, Noah diffed Reflex. And Bucket just getting Murloc. It is just an absolute clown fiesta. Everyone getting picked off.
Fighter's just all over the place here.
Very
Looks like
scrappy.
IZA's winning it though.
Six did use his ult. It looks like it's in IZA's favor. Their spawn is much closer anyway, which will make it easier for them. And they'll go into overtime on the cart.
Yeah.
If Finn gets this pulse bomb, it would be pretty huge, but he decides he wants to stay on cart.
Just let
Doesn't
the
want to risk it.
team push out a bit here. Hurricane
Chixie just want
switching
to
to
push
the
them
draw.
back. That's a big bomb, big zoning bomb. Oh, Reflex gets caught out there on the opposite side of the bridge. Big Hanu does get mech. IZA using all their ults, but they're just getting 0 value because they're using it at different times. Didn't coordinate that. HD just defending off at the bridge there.
3 to 3. Switching sides.
Let's see.
Filling out different comps here, so it's interesting to see which one's more comfortable. Felt like that spawn camp sort of worked, but eventually collapsed due to the spawn advantage just being right there. We'll have to see if IZA chooses to do a spawn camp or not.
Ready for battle.
Oh, IZA going in with the double shield bastion sim. Yeah, that interesting, to say the least.
Attackers
Bat Moira,
in 30
interesting.
seconds.
Bap Moira, yeah. The Rhine Hog. Very
I thought
interesting.
Finn would be on the Bastion, but apparently not.
Yeah.
I've heard things about his Bastion.
It looks like they're gonna be holding close here.
Yeah, they want to get maximum value out of Bastion. Are they going to take split angles?
Looks like it.
They do want to take some sort of split angle. They do want to use a TP to their advantage.
Yeah.
So it's all about... Oh, Killer
Killer
just
getting
kicked off and
Killer.
shredded.
Gets got hang on already.
Oh, that's...
Oh, that doesn't get any value though. Bucket's just gonna go back up.
I gotta be careful though, because they are rotating. Once they switch to Hog Diva,
Noah looking for the moves. Doesn't get.
Merc is trying to get projectile damage just onto those shields from a distance. Doesn't have a Mercy to work with, so it'd be quite difficult. But if there's constant pressure on the Bastion, it will work.
Murdoch gets.
Shixu was out of place. I don't know where he was. The trolling does get the hook.
Bucket gets picked off by Killer.
They pop the trans here. They just want to keep sustaining. Killua gets a huge headshot onto Finn, denying that transcendence value. Sig just trying to save himself, but doesn't work for him. Has to get a counter pick though. This could be huge. No, Merc just keeps using his projectile damage, barrages, gets nanoed, gets everything.
Shot on the bucket. Yeah, that's a.
We're in a draw situation now. 1-1.
Yeah.
Play of the game.
Like IZA is definitely better on the brawl, but Hurricane.
Yeah, when it comes to
they can
flexing to
play-
different comps, yeah.
Yeah. Hurricane is showing that they can play other comps like quite a bit better. It's like
A lot more confidently, yeah.
yeah.
It's also because that huge time back they had, that did not help at all. Whether IZA couldn't find a comp, they switched to 3 different comps, and that kind of led them to get rolled.
Yeah. Let's see what map it's gonna be next. We're gonna see a hybrid.
Mm.
Potentially a brawl. Maybe a dive.
I mean, IZA won that brawl in their favor, don't they?
Yeah. Depending on the map, this could go either way, I feel like. I can wall.
Will they sub Snow back in? That's his question.
Yep. Let's see.
Because
I can wall.
Hurricane did do well without Snow. So.
Yeah. Like Hurricane can definitely hold it like on the first point. But it could go the other way. Wait, no, the fuck.
Will they pick Echo Mercy potentially, or Pharmacy?
Yeah.
Or will they just get denied by hit scan? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Buckethead is way more confident on projectile. And I heard his father was ruthless, but is pretty washed. Will HT go for that spam comp or ball comp? In fact, I know for sure Murloc is more comfortable on that ball, but can definitely
It's
flex
gonna
onto other
get
off
switched
tanks.
out with Snow though.
Interesting.
This could be interesting.
Potentially want to go brawl again, or
Yeah.
want to
Definitely
get Snow to
looking
flex
for the
over.
brawl. Alright, Israel is gonna start on the defense here. We could see a brawl with attack. Never mind. Question marks?
We'll see, but the off tanks here are going to play a huge role in preventing that projectile damage from getting to any of the teammates.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Esther Key's Diva is definitely underrated there, but
Yeah.
we did see his impact within Li Zhang to kind of deny that projectile and keep appealing for his teammates.
Yeah.
Both sides have been doing that constantly.
Yeah. Like this is gonna be an interesting matchup, I'd say.
It's also the amount of space that their DPS has to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
This map can be chaotic in some ways, so
Yeah. I kinda wanna see a Pharah from Bucket here.
I do as well. He could get rolled though, so
Yeah, that could go like either way. Like if Bucket just takes the poke, just plays defensively.
I mean he's
not-
already DC'd twice. He's probably pissed
Oh,
enough.
yeah, yeah.
will IZA pick in terms of comps? I am not sure. They need to discuss that. And they need to stick to a comp that they're comfortable with. They can't keep switching those comps because Hurricane will just take advantage and keep rolling. Well, we're gonna begin. Not sure who's attacking or defending, but we'll see, and we'll see what happens. Livingston's been having a huge impact as support, probably one of the stars of support so far. He's been getting so much value on the Ana as well, especially. Let's see if he sticks with the Ana because he is pretty amazing at the hero. Or if they want to force him onto something else. Should be interesting. But Sicarius not getting as much value, I don't think, in my eyes, as Livingston. Whether that's the amount of pressure that he has on him
Yeah, I feel
is
like
debatable.
I feel like Hurricane is just putting a lot of pressure into IZA's
Yeah,
backline.
definitely.
It's like
It's that like as soon as they started with that ball comp, it could have definitely thrown Sick off. I know from an Ana's perspective that when a ball comp hits you as an Ana is not fun at all to play with.
yeah.
So Snow is back in for Hurricane. What does this mean? I have no idea. Brawl, but we did see the Brawl get outmatched on Li Jiang.
Gonna
I thought
skip the
Murloc did a great job at creating space for his team.
Hurricane's gonna keep Kilo at this time. Only switching the main tank. And we're gonna get into the game here.
Initiating match.
Let's see what comes are. Oh, and a pause.
And it's paused already. It's not bucket though, so
Are we sure
it
about
shouldn't
that?
be ages to rejoin. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, it's Bucket. Wait, no, it's not Bucket. True deceit. Wait, no, he's back. Whoever. Livingstone. Question mark?
Livingston, the carry.
The carry. The return of the king.
We'll see here. There could be a lot of DPS switches. I know that first phase compared to third phase of the map is significantly different in terms of open space. They want to run the brawl with the Mei. Whether HT will counterpick will be up to them.
Yep. Hurricane here with the brawl and May. Just probably gonna be looking for the wall off.
They want to play around that wall. Ooh.
I always knew that's a spot. Like, I could never get into
He
it.
can't get away with this, surely. He can't get away with
Yeah,
this.
like, they can definitely see him. Like, we'll see if they... Yep, they definitely see him.
Oh, they do see it. As from the Zarians to the D.Va, I thought he did make a big impact on the D.Va. But never mind, he gets a pick, proves me wrong. Six gets quite out of position again. This can't keep happening for their team.
Yeah,
He's vital for the team.
Walling this hammer.
Dick has to find kind of his positioning in a better way because he can't keep getting picked off like that. If HT had enough momentum, they could have already rolled them. Merc wants to get a roll out, wants to get sick, misses it, and meanwhile, yeah, they're just rolling on. Merc is 1 HP, doesn't want to get healed up. Finn just out dooming him. Doom diff. It looks like that in fact, at least.
Oh,
Merc just wants to go on fire, yeah.
Where is he now?
This is what I expected. Once they counter pick there. It's up to IZA's ball.
Can't let him do it. He just can't let him.
He keeps rolling after that. He wants to destroy the support in the back, and once he's ult, and that's a big combo. That is big.
Combo.
Triple kill. Finn wants to get even more. Wants to chase down the bat. Is he gonna get the bat? Yes, he does with reflex help.
But also, Wizard there just gets the eat onto Bucket's ult.
That is definitely IZA's rush in a nutshell. There, I mean, they just rushed without caring about the Pharah. Once they took down the Pharah, they could just roll them.
The window comes out from Hurricane, reflecting the back though.
Don't know what Reflex doing here. Some sort of flex. Killua gets picked up early. Both teams use Nam, and Shatter gets blocked, which is devastating for Jixu. He's probably going to be really annoyed about that one, but he has to keep his momentum going. Reflex still in the backland. I don't know how he gets away with it. He does get picked off, but the amount of time he was there.
You mean they're back, huh?
No, just getting shredded. Merc is just shredding because he has no one to be contested with.
Steamroll. 4th kill? Coming in. Let's just try and...
Yeah, I don't know where Esther was there. Potentially trying to save charge, but they eventually get the point. And Finn does switch to McCree for that Pharah, most likely.
Yeah.
Definitely see Livingston's BAP is a bit more underwhelming than his Ana, but now he just switches back to Ana. His comfort pick, I'm presuming. And Snow switches to Winston.
On the Zarya here. Double bubble.
They want to deny that McCree and give more space to that Pharah.
Oh!
Ooh. That is not what you want. A damage boosted rocket to the face.
That's a lot of value.
They want to get these multiple angles so that their brawl can be essentially useless. And Jixu tries to just shatter them preemptively. Esther's on a rampage somewhere, killing Noah.
Oh!
Oh, okay.
That's
Did not challenge Merc in that one, jeez.
Oh, the ult comes in from Bucket.
Bucket uses Lizard, I believe, for the first time and does not get enough value. Hopefully he switches here because he's not getting enough value, goes to Echo.
Yeah. Livingston is gonna get out of there safely. Oh, IZA getting picks onto... Wait, all the way down. Hurricane getting...
Ooh, nice.
Shots coming in.
Pressure's on Finn right now. He needs to get out of there. They already forced the lamp out. That's enough for them. They want to just push him out even more. And Bucky gets out positioned by Wazzy. They just want to grab him. And is enough damage to eliminate Snow. Jixu goes in really far. And
he gets picked off. So does Reflex.
Does get picked off, yeah. Jixu cannot keep going in that deep into their team and expect to get all the heals in the world, and too fast, and Bucket gets picked off, trickled in.
Just gonna pick up Esther here. Are you going a bit slow here? Survives it.
Their ult economy is all over the place for IZA, so...
Drop from Esther. Yeah, they're definitely... IZA is definitely expecting the barrage. Hurricane.
Yeah, they need to save that Matrix for that.
Yeah, there you go.
They do, yeah. Destroys him, and they can push in now with that sound barrier. Was that more than enough? Probably. but they do win the fight and stop Hurricane from rolling in.
Oh, the one kill comes out.
Wants to knock
Why?
that off, and he does.
Playing monkey mode in their spawn. Yeah, that was a really nice play from IZA here.
Yeah, they definitely staggered down, but they have ults coming up for HT, and Merc wants to
They're
switch
just
to
kinda slow
Hanzo.
with the Hanzo.
He wants to try and get early picks here. Bucket doesn't mess with his duplicate, he just duplicates the Rhine. Gets a zero-man shatter, but... Ooh, double kill from Finn. He's just been rolling, he has a quad kill. And the team just follows up.
60 seconds remaining.
Big plays.
Finn just rolling them there. He was given enough space
gets
and
picked
he just
off?
took advantage. Yeah, Bucket does get picked off, that's not too great because they have the Lucio, they can speed in. It's not good for
coming in.
IZA. Chickly just gets rolled.
On. Like, that's a really nice tempo. Window. Ooh, gets no.
No, gets melted as well. Both main tanks just getting melted. Kind of stuck here without main tank. Chicksuit is back, so makes it easier for him.
He's just taking the space. Yeah. The space we can.
Okay, wants to switch to the junk. I guess the extra spam.
Yeah.
Always very close to the tie, they gotta watch out for that. They really do.
Splits them up.
Bucket's using tire,
He
this
already
could be
has the
deadly,
tire.
and he does
Gets
get
Noah.
Noah with it.
Teammate and
Killer had
immortality.
Noon as well, and he couldn't use it. That could have been devastating. They could have had the chance there with Killer, but they didn't.
Huge defense from IZA here.
Yeah, they just want to stay on their comfort role. Like, they wanted to stick on the Brawl there because Brawl is very much picked there in phase 3 of the map.
Initiating match.
And you see that it was their comfort pick. They won phase 3 of the map, and HT just had nothing to respond with it.
Yeah. Yeah, are we gonna see another Brawl against Brawl matchup here from the start? Or
Most likely, yeah. I think so, but Snow could switch to Winston again, and he probably does want to switch to Winston. Is he going to? I'm not sure.
IZA going onto the Brawl?
Attackers.
They're thinking about it. They're not sure.
Yeah, Hurricane is still
HT,
thinking about the comp. Well,
Yeah,
they're gonna go with the Rhino Orisa though.
this is interesting. Classic HT comp, Rhaenyra.
Yeah. The Ash Mercy.
Wants to put Livingston on the BAP. We'll see how much value he gets on the BAP. Because he's been getting a lot of value from Anna, so... So it's Brawl against this kind of bunker hybrid comp, I would say. Playing with that Mercy Echo.
It's gonna be a
Finn
roll.
trying to do a rollout, trying to get a cheeky rollout here. He does go over the roof. Is he going to get picked from it? He does displace the tank, but doesn't get picked.
Gets picked up though.
Yeah, the sheer amount of damage from IZA's team, or from HT's team. They've got to use that Mei much better. They cannot keep not playing around that Mei because it keeps their rush.
IZA's gonna swap to the tree here.
Yeah. Curious to what they want to do with it. Yeah, they do want to counter Merc. He's just got so much damage.
Denying the value.
Noah gets low, just gets instant heal by Livingston. Livingston gets slept out of position though.
No. Stay alive.
Nah, they do wake him up.
Nick's going in with the nano.
They do use the wall, they
No.
eliminate. No. Luther gets picked, just gets feeding again. Otherwise, it looks like IZA is gonna roll through here. Reflect does a little bit of trolling. Relatively with ease, they do capture a point. They finally do use that maid to their advantage. It's hard to get that wall into place and cut off their main tank, and they do it.
We're looking for some damage.
Mm,
IZA with almost four ultimates online.
they gotta watch out for Merc, because he can pick someone off, especially the DPS or the support very quickly. They do use a blizzard up on the high ground. That's a huge blizzard. They want to just follow up with the grab. Chixie doesn't get picked. They're coming back with ults.
IZA is still getting the value. They're just pushing the point.
That's a huge mercy res. They have both their supports now. They can just prevent them from going further. Oh, nice shot from Esther. That could determine the next fight, definitely, from Esther there. Livingston does have to return.
IZA
There's the
definitely...
Echo Brawl, we're going to see. There.
Hurricane here.
Yeah, they want to stick with this Rhinoceros bomb.
Yeah.
They want to split off. Chixu wants to split off at least. Doesn't know what to do, whether his team is with him or not.
Just the coffee. Oh, gets slapped.
Merc just getting CC, they have beat.
Double slam.
Ooh, big slam.
Oh. Now I want to... choke.
Bucket getting 2 though. He's got enough space to just kill 2, and he does. Chixu needs to regen health, but he just drops shields. And he just dies, and Esther left without a Rhine is dangerous, and he just starts getting melted.
IZA's just got to stabilize here. Can't get into the next fight with this low health.
I think the Chixu swap is definitely beneficial for them. Snow is keeping up his shield much more and playing much more defensively than Chixu.
Yeah.
And Snow does get the better of it and dies much less than Chixu.
IZA's gonna go with the novel now.
Yeah, they want to play with the Yana
The
here.
high ground. It's that big
Just
High
rolled
Rocket
by
gets
Merc.
rolled. High Noon coming. Nor
Yeah,
not.
potentially a High Noon, but it's a 5v6. I don't know whether they
This
want
could be
to
a
commit.
big High Noon. Oh, check
Nah, they
this.
probably do not want to commit
Yeah,
here.
they don't want to get it out here.
They'll get picked off in the process, but you can definitely see the effect of having a Mercy just on Merc. Like, it shreds any enemy, and Bucket is just left hopeless.
Yeah.
Whether they're using the Lucio for their benefit, I do not know. And he does switch to Mercy, he does realise that he's not getting value.
It's gonna be a Echo Mercy.
And we will have an Urkel Jewel, yeah. Merc gets picked off, that's huge. That is going to give Bucket the
High
space
Noon
he
comes
needs.
in.
Double High
Oh,
Noon,
oh, the-
locks on quicker.
Oh, it's so big.
And that's it for HT, they will just fall from there.
Huge value. Huge value from this guy.
Did not need the Echo dupe, but they do use it.
Yeah. Where's this gonna swap to the...
Oh,
yeah.
doesn't touch in time, and he just uses ult. And he just gets rolled, and Mercy wants to try and duel the McCree, and just gets wrecked by the other.
I'm still trying to off-angle a bit here. Which is the back.
Ooh, this is dangerous for Esther, gets burned by 2 DPS in a row. That is unfortunate, you cannot expect 2 DPS to just show up in the same spot in a small corridor.
Just gotta force the one kill here.
Yeah, you just want to push them
Very
back.
low though. He's
Yeah,
gonna swipe. No, he's gonna get picked off here.
Bucket wants to go on junk, so we want to see a big tire here from Bucket, but that's not going to happen without
Just getting this
the
spam
lamp
here.
being there.
I'll also switch from Esther.
Yeah, this is
Keep up
big.
on the most scorers.
Esther will get most likely more value from this.
feel like she's off-angling a bit here.
Yeah, Killer was definitely taking more off angles. Like, we've seen that. Killer takes a lot more off angles, and it does help with just chunking down the enemies before the fight even begins. Finn doing much more damage on the front, and does seem like he's getting more value. Oh, Shasu gets dropped, and they're just all odds are being poured out here.
I feel like it's checked.
Jixie just gets rolled by Killer with Noon. Merc just wrecking sick, and they don't know what to do here. IZA, they're a bit stuck. No, it gets the kill on Finn.
Gets the resin too.
That's huge for them. They can't just roll through without the Echo being there. And Bucky has the tie. I'm interested how he uses his tie. He could completely spook it.
Fire comes in.
He does want to get the tie.
Get any value.
He gets living,
picked off.
but that's not enough.
Rushing in. Oh, bomb comes in.
Jixi's so low. Jixi is very low. He does get picked. That's huge. That is. Esther just rolling through. He doesn't care about anyone. He just uses bomb, gets 2, and keeps rolling. Chases the Echo. Wants to get that extra pick. He does. Absolute beast, and he does.
Map win for IZA.
He does help. Basically carry IZA through this. That was a lot closer than the 2 previous. Both teams trying to pick up momentum now with their comps that they're comfortable with. This is big. No one's contesting him. It shows that Finn wasn't as contested as Killua in these cases.
Yeah.
Sometimes the law is compatible with human nature, but sometimes the two
Both teams are finding their comfort picks and
discipline in its own right.
very close.
What could this use again?
Or it could be a rage quit, who knows.
Perhaps.
Esther just been consistently performing. Like, he's been consistently performing, and then he performs outstandingly, and that's huge for IZA. IZA's off tank role.
Really getting the value.
Yeah, he is, compared to Hurricane's off tank, but Livingston we could see that Livingston getting much less value. Whether that was because he was on the map or not, could be debatable, but we'll see which map it will be.
Yeah.
2CP, dreaded map type. Could be a full hold for someone.
Yep, potentially.
And just close out the match if it was IZA.
Yeah. IZA just like their DPS got a lot of value this game.
Definitely. I feel like Killua is definitely taking off angles a bit too much, and he needs to stay on the front line more. Yep. Because that lack of DPS on the front lines means that IZA can just pour through. Merc cannot single-handedly provide DPS on the front without Killua being there.
Yep.
They want to just switch back Snow.
Yeah,
and I think we know what that means in terms of comps.
Snow and Killua.
Ole comes in.
Ole. This could be interesting. Potentially a bit of a different comp than Brawl.
For sure.
We will have to
I don't
see.
think I will play Brawl at all.
Yeah.
Something that Livingston can play Anna on, for example.
Reflect on DPS. Coin's just gonna sub in.
CEO privileges right there. CEO privileges can just slide into IZA. I guess he was part of the server, the OG server, but
yeah, this can be interesting. Like Coin, I've seen his support play. This could go. He could actually like outplay Livingstone, and on the support role.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help.
Don't know though. It could be washed. I haven't heard from the support in ages.
We'll
So
have to see.
unfortunately, I think his Bucket is out, but we'll have to see because Bucket was performing pretty well, and it's unfortunate that he can't play. Pretty devastating for IZA. What do you think the comps will be like here, Simon? Because they changed the comp. They changed the
Strange and
snow out.
unprecedented one indeed.
What do you think Hurricane will play here?
Oh, it was kind of potentially a double bubble. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I think the double bubble could be definitely something that would be
Yeah.
difficult to crack down. I remember Ole's DPS was pretty ruthless when it came to that.
We could also see like maybe double shield from one of the teams.
Yes, we could.
Probably from IZA.
Sometimes the
Potentially, yes. Hurricane
nature,
always been confident with that.
conflict.
Whether they choose to kind of pull that out is their decision. I think they may go with the double bubble. I do agree with Dan, Simon. They may go double bubble.
Initiating match.
Yeah. It's an interesting map pick here.
Volskaya. We'll see how Cointree compares to the supports.
Ready for battle.
I'll remind you again. The law can be both a help
We're gonna
and
see a dive play from
This is interesting if we see this from Isaiah.
yeah.
This is really interesting because now they need to max out that value from the Sombra.
The Shanghai Brawl. Very
Yeah.
interesting. We're seeing some interesting picks from the Hurricane here. Bastion Torp. Yeah. We'll see if they will actually like play this.
I did not think they would, but it would be terrifying if they did.
Yeah.
They do got double bubble, as you said.
They're playing the Torp here.
This Shanghai Brawl is devastating. That's a key hack onto the Zarya. No bubbles, but Chixu goes too deep.
Picked up though.
He gets too deep, and Sick just gets picked off as well.
IZA doesn't get any value from that dive. They're just gonna get.
Yeah,
picked
Chixu
off.
getting way too deep, and he doesn't. I do not think he communicated that with Sicarius, and he died as well.
Yeah. Reflex slow. Oh, gets picked up. No. I think we're just most of the map. Never mind. Okay, Merc. We're looking for a better plan.
This is a big time bank to work with. This is a very much big time bank. They do want to switch to this dive.
He's looking for some value here.
We'll see what Mug does in the back. He wants to control point, but it's all about what Mug does in the backlines to harass Sicarius into playing more defensively.
Oh, Rika gets picked by Merc Tracer.
As Pig, the Tracer Jewel, Mug comes out on top on that. And Chixu goes too deep again. He can't keep doing this. They do get a counter pick.
Doesn't get the stick. Oh, Oli with it all.
Yeah, Oli getting value on this Torb.
Gets
He does get a lot of value. Just point control by Torb here is dangerous for IZA. Chixu gets a big pick onto Livingston. That is a big pick. They most likely recover from this, hopefully.
Does he get Noah?
Yes, they do recover.
They do recover here. We have one pick left though.
Finally winning the Tracer Drill. Looked pretty dangerous there when Merc won that Tracer duel. But it is 2 CP, so whenever one person goes down, you basically lost the point.
Yeah.
And that happened with Livingston, so...
And see the 2 tools coming online from IZA. Is it gonna be enough to, against the full...
Reflex gotta watch out for Tracer. Oh, that's a big pick. They do not need to use any more ults here. They cannot win this without this main tank, I do not think, unless they get huge pick. Ooh, that is ruthless from Merc. Reflex just getting a headshot and then a quick body shot to finish him off.
Yeah.
Ruthless Reflex, absolutely ruthless. It does show that he's not just a support player. But HD have something to work with. They do nano Chixu.
Those get purple though.
Do HD want to counter attack? They want to leave them to use ult? No, they do use nano on the break for some reason. Just to make him survive, I guess.
Oh, Cheeks gets picked.
Chixu just gets out position once again. They can't keep doing this. Like, ooh.
Just looking for that.
Finn trying to pick off Livingston.
The
That's
sleep comes in. Gets
that's
broken,
a
though.
huge sleep.
Oh, he gets killed. In the meantime, they just captured the
They
point.
just capture the point. Yeah, something more common here we see is Chixu just getting out of position,
Switching sides.
Yeah.
and that's costing them a lot. IZA.
Initiating match.
When Chixu dies, it very much leaves the backline, and that's why Livingston has more space to work with compared to Sicarius. Despite Livingston getting pressured a lot, he does get the peels, whereas IZA get much less due to Chixu being down a lot of the time.
Yeah. We're gonna see that torp from Oli again.
Yeah,
So it's,
interesting.
Barista.
It did sort of work. I mean, they did capture the point with just over 3 minutes from time bank.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Either Orisa,
Yeah, very interesting.
old tank comp. I haven't seen in ages.
Yeah. Reflect on the Genji. Very interesting.
Surely that's a debate. I do not think he's going to be on the Genji, but we'll have to see.
Yep.
He is actually going to go with it.
Yeah.
He is.
Very interesting. Is it
Whether
gonna
he's
be
going to
looking
get
for
that
Nanoblade
6-man
collection?
Nanoblade, we'll have to see. But they are playing a quite an annoying comp for him, so
Is
you
it
can't
gonna
beat
be
it.
Against Hurricane's comp though.
I do not think so. Reflect will have to play extremely defensive around this, and will have to maneuver his way around.
Get some pressure onto the D.Va there. Forcing them back.
Oh, does encounter Merc behind, just wants to ignore him, focus on the front.
Fix low.
They
Survive it.
definitely enforced the point. They do not want to directly dive into that amount of damage until they have cooldowns to do. That's huge. He got dropped off into the low ground. Shakespeare wanted to go into second dive in and automatically doesn't really get picked up.
Just get a third.
Reflex is getting kills. Is it enough?
Hurricane
He's
just comes
dropping
back
so
though.
low. He doesn't dive.
Livingston's
Finn
gonna die now.
grabs Livingston on the way. He does get picked off, but that's definitely worth it.
They end up holding the point though.
They do end up holding, but I think this would be a fast engage from IZA, otherwise it's definitely wasted. Is Chixu just going to go straight in here? I think he can.
The Nano Monk comes
Yeah, he
in,
does.
gets Merc.
And he gets Merc. That's huge. No flanking
Harass the backline.
there.
Merc's purple.
He's getting loads of space in there. Wants to try and boot, Torb off.
Oh, and the big grab.
eventually capture the point with a lot of ults, but
Yep.
whether the value from Reflect is significant enough, I'm not sure. I did not quite catch the Nano Blade, so, or the Blade even. So they want to kind of bait out ults here until they have none left for HT, and then want to use their own. They do bait out 2 ults, and that's what they just want to do.
They're just gonna back out.
Yeah, they're just gonna back out. Maybe fight a bit, but there's no use in that because it is 2 CP. They just want to bait out the ults. And, of course, build up their own. So they're probably going to force out more ults in this next push. Build Nano Blade, potentially.
We could also see a Nano Monkey here. Fine with the
Yes, we could actually.
First team.
They do Nano Monkey.
Onto the bat.
That's huge. They isolated the BAP. He split up from his team. He's forced to use Lamp. Then gets taken down. In the meanwhile, Esther grabs a pick onto Wuzzy, but Reflect just gets picked off. Esther grabs another pick, but then just drops down again. And they did want to commit there. They did use ults, IZA. Oh,
A bit of that toxicity.
tactical crouching. Yeah. We have to watch out here though for a Reflex Blade. It could completely get crowd controlled, but it could be the decider for this point.
If IZA is gonna engage here fast enough, they could potentially win the ult fight.
Definitely. That was their plan. I'm just trying to force out
Livingston
ults.
is gonna have his
He's gonna have the
window
ult.
soon though. Yeah.
He still has Lamp for that blade potentially, or maybe not. He's got the blade. He's getting ready. Oh, doesn't mess up the dash. He wants to just force out cooldowns. Doesn't grab the bat. He does not grab the bat because of that sound barrier. Gets completely denied. Is on 9 health and gets destroyed by Livingston. They want to just grab just to clean up the last enemies. And now IZA look pretty strong without Reflect though. Oh, does grab a pick, Ollie, but is it enough?
Some swaps just to stall here.
Just want to just stall with everything they got. Wants to zone them off the point. Oh, doesn't hit the ball. Surprisingly, Chixu nanoed again, and he just creates even more space with that anti as well. Esther dropping down. That's a big amount of damage gone.
They're
Is
so
it going to
close.
be enough for HP, or do they keep after committing? It's very close for IZA, but it's not looking too good for them.
Yeah.
More HT players are returning back, and it's not looking in their favor.
Hurricane is... Yeah, they're just gonna... After the point.
Unless they C9 it, it looks more to... Oh, Chixu grabs Noah, that's huge. Ollie grabs Reflect though, that's pretty much the end of the fight there.
Hello there. 60 seconds.
And that's the issue with 2 CP, they just didn't focus targets fast enough. Because of that one pick that they had to their advantage, Hurricane Tortilla.
Urdak and Nesta are gonna stay on the balls here.
Ooh, dinks Merc. But 5v5, don't know what IZA are gonna do with this. Potentially just slow push it and get some picks, but
Nano comes out.
the nano again. The amount of nanos that Zacharias has been given significant. Ollie just grabs a coin out of nowhere. And Chixu just not finding anything. He doesn't find any weak targets. He's faced with tanks in front of him. IZA is scrambling to do something, but they don't find anything, and Murloc has mines just to zone off the point. It's probably gonna pop him at the end. It does. Quincy just trying to stall. Esther does have mines, which could be something, but I don't think so. And it's looking overwhelmingly in HT's way. Esther does drop mines. Is he gonna find anything? No, he doesn't. Oh no, he does grab Merc at the end, but not enough.
That's gonna be a map win for Hurricane. Who too? Is it just
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
This is
Going to map 5.
very
here.
close.
Play of the game.
Ah, this is where you use the blade. I didn't see this. Whether Reflect got a lot of value from that Genji in that second point, don't know. Potentially throwing on purpose just to get a map 5, but just to make it that more intense. But it's a shame that Bucket couldn't join for this final map. Whether Hurricane will just swap back again to Snow is up to their captain. And it's going to go back to control. So potentially a brawl map.
Bring back control, yeah. We could definitely
But there
see
could
a
be some
brawl.
wide spaces, especially in Busan.
Yeah.
There are some wider spaces to work with.
We could potentially see like double bubble.
Double bubble, yeah. Hurricane's double bubble is pretty strong.
Yeah. And then it's just gonna depend on the map.
They
Mostly.
do pick Busan.
Yeah.
That is to their advantage, I'm presuming. They want to
Yeah,
have wider
definitely.
spaces to work with.
Potentially see some poke maybe.
Murloc is definitely... He's probably urging his team to play poke here. He's probably urging his team to play poke, but is he going to play it? I'm not sure. Because these two DPS with ball creating space for them is pretty dangerous for IZA.
Yeah.
We'll see what they play here, though. Potentially a Widowmaker on one of the maps. I'll be excited to see a Widowmaker, but I don't think that'll happen. Potentially a Reflect Widowmaker, but I haven't seen that in ages. But I would like to see that potentially. But is IZA going to try to force brawl? They cannot really force brawl onto these open space maps. So Simon, predictions for the final map, because it's been a pretty close game in some of these. I have no idea honestly.
Hurricane could try and force them onto the brawl fight here. Like, yeah, this could go
Potentially, yeah.
either way.
I don't know if Hurricane really want to do that. It's up to them really if they want to
Yeah.
force that brawl.
We could also see like maybe a dive from the teams. Potentially.
Indeed, we did see that mirror match on Rialto, and Hurricane did look more confident. But we'll have to see. I don't think Bucket will be returning, which is a shame because he was definitely part of the original roster. Um,
Alright, we're gonna be going into a short break here, but stay tuned because this
Okay, we're
We'll go
back
through.
on Busan. Final map. Either one could go to either teams here. And it's looking back and forth, to be honest. I honestly don't know which one will come out on top, but it's looking pretty 50-50 at the moment. I'm not sure. But we see
gonna
which
depend
comps they
on-
play.
Ready for
Oh,
Yeah.
there's gonna be the dive. Reflect.
Oh,
Widow.
I did want to see this. I did want to see
Yeah,
this.
same.
Please, can we see Reflect Widow? I gotta stop being such a Reflect Widow fan.
Yeah. This could go
Are
either way
Hurricane
right
really
now.
gonna play this again? They just want to play this comp again, and
Yeah, Hurricane
maybe it's their
moved it
comfort
for
pick.
IZA. Oh, never mind. It's gonna be a monkey.
capture the objective.
The dive.
Let's see
one.
the value that Reflect can get. Is it gonna be significant? Maybe not, but it's
Looking
worth
for
a
pick.
try in his eyes. They just go dive, so I'm struggling to see which value he'll get. And Shiksu just goes far in again. The positioning is just not favoring his team at all.
Yeah.
They should be playing around their Widow and their Ana and trying to allow their Tracer to get picks in the back line, but it's not working for Chiksu.
Like looking for the offhand. Searching some.
Chiksu just wants to brawl this out. He doesn't want to get too far, and he knows that now. Reflect stuck in the back lines. Wants to duel
He's gonna
Merc.
get out though.
Doesn't work. Oh, Merc drops very low there.
Of course, the enemy BS back a bit.
This spam from
Oli
Oli
just
just
a headshot.
destroys Finn. He cannot really get around them. And he gets another headshot from Reflect, just single-handedly killing both their DPS.
This should not be happening.
Yeah, the spam is just problematic for them.
Or Reflex switches to the Kree.
They have Nano here. They're most likely going to Nano Winston. What space are they going to get given? I'm not sure, but they just want to switch to Ryan. He doesn't. He wanted to stop feeding, and now he's given the chance to play Ryan. Six got Nano, but they go both Nanos.
Then Nana comes in.
They're both Nano then. They want to brawl it out. Pointry dies in the meantime. Chiksu just leaves this massive gap of space behind them. And he's kind of isolated from his team. He doesn't know what to do. Sig just drops down with Darth just going in the back line.
He's just left with no healers right now.
Yeah, he just completely split off the
Back
team.
out. Reflex though.
They should be playing for their Reiner, and they don't. Finn should be the only one slightly taking off angles here, potentially Reflect, but
That's like a bomb here though.
yeah,
See if
we'll
it's gonna
see
be
what he
any
does with this. He
value.
could try and he just throws it in, just hopes for the best. He doesn't get anything.
Doesn't get any value.
Oh, Noah drops with that shield.
Even one comes in from Wizzy. Oh,
And this is already 99% to HP. This is the final fight for this round. A
Big
huge shatter from
Goes die in the
Chiksu, but
process,
just
though.
dies immediately.
work on the Doom.
Sig gets jumped and does get taken down. Finn trying to battle that the Doom in the backline, just being a nuisance. Not successful. Reflect maybe clutching it back. Wants to try to at least. Doesn't get help. Point wants to stall it out.
Another brick comes in. Gets coin tree.
And they just grab the point.
Yeah, just grab the point.
Goes to 100%. And that's looking pretty confident for HD. I mean, there's nothing to say about that. I don't know where IZA were kind of planning their fights, because they were just sticking around the choke a lot of the time. It could not really bait them out, and they just kept diving their backline. Sicarius could get no value, and Chiksu didn't realize that they were all over his backline, and he was completely isolated.
3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Hurricane with the sick wall.
Yeah, they want to They definitely want to just like spam this out with the Torb and cause chaos, more chaos for the backline. Because they know Sicarius will just keep dying from the pressure. Chixu gladly would like to just brawl, but he's just staying back a bit because that spam damage. He can't really do anything because they just back off very quickly.
Oh, he
He just gets completely rolled. They want to use the lamp on the point, kind of defensively attack them.
I feel like he gets picked up by Mula. He's gonna capture the point. Like,
I don't know what Reflex is trying to find here because then they cannot speed fast enough and he does switch off. He does realize he can't really find that wall.
yeah.
And when he does, they can still spam him back. And then
IZA has to adapt here. They can't.
they
just
can't.
let-
They can't just
Can't let
leave.
Hurricane just just win this. This is
Because Merc is on the side, they can't just brawl slowly because Merc will just slowly kill them. Are they going to change direction? I don't know. Potentially just pick off Merc and that would help them a lot.
Merc just has
They
all
just
the
want to go
space
through that choke with that window.
Are they gonna force the point fight? Chixter is just kind
Eventually.
of alone here.
Chixu just drops it. He drops shield, he's so low.
Just
He
dive.
just doesn't know what to do. Cointree misses the beat on him, that's so important.
Merc with the
Esther just drops.
visor.
Merc just
Gets to
picks Esther and Reflare with the visor. Clean up, ult. This is not looking good for IZA. I did not understand why they cannot roll this through.
Coming up though. Like they have it.
They do want to
Good.
do a Sigma. They do want to have a Sigma here. They just don't find any value in their Rhine.
Esther's gonna switch to the hog.
Esther goes Hog,
Very
interesting. Because they don't have an Anna, he could potentially get more value, but contest the soldier more. They just want to go back up again. Despite their last attack, Murloc does feed and does die. And they're slowly going through. They're slowly getting through, killing Wazzy and Ole. And they should win this fight. As they're just standing still. Oh, okay.
Very interesting.
It's looking pretty dangerous for IZA. Yeah, on the last steps on HT, and HT are so close. One fight away and IZA lost. They've got to be very careful. They're just rushing through, they're giving space, and can't keep doing that. HT can just use all their ults because they know it could be their last fight, and Reflex just drops. Double flux coming out from both teams. A lot of damage coming through, but Shixu just gets caught out. Noon could be big, Noon could be really big. It does catch Merc. They just play around it. And it's on 98%, and I don't know what they're going to do. They do trigger overtime, but it's not looking in their favor. Murloc drops, but is that enough? They still have a Sigma on point.
It's coming back though.
Potentially,
are
Cointree just
surviving.
grabs Ole. Shixu is allowed to get more space. Merc drops a visor, but
Doesn't get any value.
yeah. They need to grab targets though, otherwise this isn't worth it. And Reflex dinks Merc, he just completely ruins his day. And they do grab more picks. They do eventually win this fight, and they do grab the point back. It's looking very risky for IZA. That's pretty big if they engage very quickly. Wazzy is not there though, so and Esther keep getting
Esther gets
from
Noah.
Noah, so this is shut down for them. They've got to be careful on Merc. Merc could be the saving grace for HT here.
Just trying to get the visor in time for the
Definitely.
next fight.
They've got to be careful of Esther Keys. Did use his hook though.
Esther will get
Esther Keys under a lot of pressure. He's under a lot of pressure, and his team is not too nearby. Shixu is completely separated from Esther Keys.
visor.
They can just focus Esther Key down, and they allow Merc to be free on the high ground. Oh, there's a duel up here against Reflect and Merc. Is Reflect gonna catch Merc? No, he
The right
doesn't. Completely annihilated. It's extremely unfair on his behalf, but it's not enough from Finn. He does grab one pick again from the noob, but it's not enough to grab the point back, and this is not looking good. And I'm afraid, I think they do trigger overtime again.
No, it's not.
No, it's not, unfortunately, but it does go to Hurricane. That was an interesting game. It did come to the wire for IZA, and they played on the edge, but unfortunately it couldn't come through.
Yeah.
A very good game though.
Yeah, a pretty good game. Like, as I said at the start, like, it was pretty much a 50-50 most of the time.
Yeah, it was back and forth. I didn't expect that. As soon as IZA was like, right, they've won this Lishang match, I thought, boom, they were gonna roll, but they didn't come through. It wasn't enough for HT's various different comps. I feel like HT had more comfortable comps to work with. It did not favor IZA, but they both played really well.
Yeah. Right. We may see
Great match against
an
them.
interview here.
Yeah, we are gonna have an instant interview, I think. Interesting from who it will be.
Who do we wanna?
There'll be a big ego in the room if we do have a certain person in this VC, but we'll see who it is. But either way, it's been a great game.
We're gonna be trying to get Reflect and Snow here for the interview.
I think both of these teams have played exceptionally well. Some of them are
Yeah.
washed, and they played really well despite them being washed.
Yeah, definitely.
IZA was not a full roster. Um, HT was not a full, well, potentially. But yeah, they poured through HT. So yeah, interesting interviewing coming.
Right.
We'll
Let's get them in here.
see what they're gonna say. um, Hopefully, someone will not have too big of an ego, but I expect it. um, let's see though what they thought of that. Especially the losing team and what they thought was wrong.
Aloha.
Hello.
Hello.
Well done,
Right.
HT for winning that.
Yeah, I'm
Well
very
done for the
proud.
effort as well, and also IZA as well. I'm still disappointed in you guys,
We tried our
but
best.
I'm so disappointed. But it was actually a closer match than I thought it would be. So yeah, I really got.
I think everyone thought that actually.
Yeah, I thought as soon as Li Jiang finished, it was like I thought it would be IZA's way, but apparently he just came back.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah,
I am proud of the team. Like playing
yeah,
against
for sure.
people that scrim consistently together
True,
in
true.
4K plus. I am very proud of the boys. I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's true. That's true. There's a lot more. There's a lot more challenge to that, I feel. And also Bucket wasn't there, unfortunately, for the last game, but
Um,
that was unfortunate. But you guys made a good effort because that was pretty close. And a lot of you are not actually competitive Overwatch players, so that was a good effort. Um, so yeah, well done, IZA.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, Um, Congrats, Snow. Honestly, I thought you'd be having a bigger ego at the moment.
I don't know, but like this is a mind fuck to me, you know. Like I've built both of those teams that played it. It was very like I wasn't playing as well as I thought I was gonna because like there was a lot of nerf to it, you know,
Mm,
a lot of motion. I guess I don't know. I don't want to seem like a dweeb or anything. Just there was
yeah,
that was like yeah, that was a factor, I guess. So I didn't play as much as I thought I would. Um,
yeah,
yeah.
true, true. I feel like everyone played really well. If you thought you played bad, everyone pretty did really well.
Yeah,
Um,
we saw some interesting plays.
yeah.
Hell yeah. The comps, oh the
Yeah, you had more very dynamic comps. Um, I don't know if that threw off
Yes.
IZA or not.
yeah,
Um,
part
Was
of the
one of the main
plan.
reasons.
mm, they
Yeah.
were very dynamic in very different ways, but yeah, I think you guys definitely just suited to those comps really quickly. Um, Whereas IZA were like, right, I'm comfortable on this, I'm comfortable on this. Oh, let's try this, and then we're not as good as we thought we were. Um, which is fair enough because you need to practice. And it was just a show match after all, and some of us are a bit washed. So yeah,
Mm, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I'd like to formally apologize for the tactical crouch that occurred on Volskaya.
Oh, don't
Uh,
worry. We saw someone from IZA do it as
uh,
well on the. I'm not gonna
yeah,
name them, but it's quite obvious.
yeah. Yeah. Also, for the last map, what really helped was Mixina, one of our like most important or like most the players that have been with us the most. Like he wasn't able to play today, but he
Mm,
came for the
yeah,
last map and gave us a pretty good morale boost. So that was really nice as well.
yeah.
Um,
That's huge.
yeah.
That's huge. I think that's what kind of powered you through that last round. But yeah, well done to you guys. Um,
Yeah.
After all, it's a show match, and both of you guys did amazing efforts on every map. So yeah, well done.
At the end of the day, it's for the fans, not for ourselves.
Or
Exactly,
yeah, hell
exactly.
yeah. Yeah, that
Content.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think
Uh,
that concludes our interview. Unless you want to say anything
uh
else,
I
any
just want to
flexes.
say no. The casting was actually great. Like I didn't
Mm,
expect Solar to come cast for the team I thought he was gonna play for, and
it wasn't
it was
necessarily
actually good.
voluntary.
Uh
But you know, I did it anyway. Um,
yeah.
it's the least I could do since I couldn't play an IZA. So yeah. Um, but yeah, that concludes it. Unless Snow or Refect have anything else to say. Do you
I
guys
have
have
nothing.
anything else to say?
I have nothing.
Yeah, I think we're okay.
All right.
GG. Oh yeah.
Well, that concludes our show match event for tonight for the 2EZ 1000 member event, and I'm pretty sure we have another show match tomorrow at the same time, and we've got many more events to come, and we've also got the events to come tonight as well. So yeah, stay tuned, and yeah, well done for everyone who played tonight. Thank you guys.
You're welcome. Smiley face.